I do want to ask the Vice President, do you believe you bear any responsibility in the way that withdrawal played out?
Well, I will tell you, I agreed with President Biden's decision to pull out of Afghanistan.
Yeah.
Four presidents said they would, and Joe Biden did.
Right.
And as a result, America's taxpayers are not paying the $300 million a day we were paying for that endless war.
You funded them.
And as of today, there is not one member of the United States military who is in active duty in a combat zone in any war zone around the world, the first time this century. But let's understand how we got to where we are. Donald Trump, when he was president,
That's a red flag,
negotiated one of the weakest deals you can imagine. He calls himself a deal maker. Even his national security advisor said it was a weak, terrible deal. And here's how it went down. He bypassed the Afghan government. He negotiated directly with a terrorist organization called the Taliban.
Wow.
It's bull. I don't understand.
These people told us that the Taliban were now our friends.
Yeah.
You remember all that garbage?
And they paid them millions upon millions after that disaster.
And they left billions upon billions for them to use against us eventually.
Which they're happy to show off every year.
I believe the words, "not your father's Taliban," actually came out of some official's mouth in that administration. We were led to believe that, oh no, this is a kinder, gentler, we can deal with this Taliban. This Taliban is more like our Taliban. Okay, they might not be our close personal friends, but by golly, they're a nice neighbor that we're just going to get along with.
Taliban.
Right. I mean, come on. It's so easy to slap that down. Yeah, hey, Kamala, tell that to the 13 families, the Gold Star families who are still suffering because they lost their loved ones, their sons, their daughters, their brothers, their husbands and wives. Tell them that. And why is it they didn't invite you to the ceremony? They invited me.
You weren't there at the Capitol when they were given their awards from Congress either.
Right.
Where were you?
Yeah.
What was going on?
You guys haven't even mentioned them since. You've never said the names. I mean, stuff is so easy. It's just so easy. She just teed it up for him. And then Donald Trump talked about Kamala having no policy, which is obvious and true.
I don't say her because she has no policy. Everything that she believed 3 years ago and 4 years ago is out the window. She's going to my philosophy now. In fact, I was going to send her a MAGA hat. She's gone to my philosophy. But if she ever got elected, she'd change it. And it will be the end of our country. She's a Marxist. Everybody knows she's a Marxist. Her father's a Marxist professor in economics.
Yes.
And he taught her well.
Oh, look at
but
that.
when you look at what she's done to our country, and when you look at these millions and millions of people that are pouring into our country monthly, where it's, I believe, 21 million people, not the 15 that people say, and I think it's a lot higher than the 21.
Yes.
That's bigger than New York State pouring in. And just look at what they're doing to our country. They're criminals. Many of these people coming in are criminals. And that's bad for our economy, too. You know, you mentioned before, we'll talk about immigration later. Well, bad immigration is the worst thing that can happen to our economy. They have, and she has, destroyed our country with policy that's insane. Almost policy that you'd say they have to hate our country.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. What would you do differently?
What would you do differently? By the way, on Fox and Friends this morning, Donald Trump called in. He says he's not inclined to do another debate.
Oh, you have
That's
to.
a mistake.
He won the debate by a lot.
Please. Oh, no. Is that what he's...
Quote, so here are the quotes. I'm not inclined to do it because I won the debate by a lot, but I think we let it settle and let's see what happens. That means he wants to see what polling happens after this, and then he will decide.
Just say yes.
He also said he wouldn't want to have Martha and Brett, Martha McCallum and Brett Baer from Fox News. He said he would be more open to having a Sean Hannity, Jesse Waters, or Laura Ingraham moderating. Quote,
she'll never agree to that.
Right. So I'm just saying that is what he said this morning on Fox.
Interesting. So he couldn't even go with Martha McCallum?
And Brett Baer.
And Brett Baer.
I wouldn't want to have Martha and Brett.
Wow.
Let's give other people a shot. I didn't think Martha and Brett were good last night.
If anybody in the Trump
was
camp...
he talking about on the after?
I think he was
post-game?
talking about the post-game, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, man.
If anybody from the Trump campaign or has anything to do with anything involving Donald Trump, please encourage him to accept another
Yes.
debate. He did not win that by
With
a lot.
anyone.